Welcome back, everyone. Last week we ended our 2,000-mile journey up in the San Bernardino mountains, and we found this wonderful boondocking spot. Today we're going to show you a little bit more of the dispersed camping spots here, as well as our final day of preparation before we meet with Rich Solar and finish our solar installation. Good morning on the day before the big install with Rich Solar. I couldn't be more excited to prep and get ready. We have an entire day before the install starts.
Aaron woke up at 4 a.m. like a kid on Christmas morning.
This campsite, while it was tough to level, is pretty sweet. We're pretty happy with it.
It's usually worth the effort to get in.
So we think we're going to stay for at least a week.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit longer.
We'd like to enjoy the system once we're here and it's all set. And since there's a heat wave everywhere else, it's like, well, why wouldn't we just stay here where it's beautiful and comfortable?
Yeah, it makes sense to be up on the mountains.
If we can outstand the bugs for that long.
Yeah.
Those pesky little mosquitoes.
Louis is ready for his morning walk.
His door skills are so good.
Yeah, he's getting really good. He's getting patient and mature in his
his ripe old age of 1.5.
Yeah, he's doing so well. And June's still such a little firebug.
So June is 7 months old right now. And Louis is like 1 year, 7 months. And June is about to get spayed in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. She's growing up. Okay, we're going to go on our morning walk. Let's go get those views and steps in.
Yeah, let's explore the sites a little bit. See what the rest of the yellow post campsites are.
It's really dirty here, so I'm going to wear my trail shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's dusty and dirty. We're on a mountain.
There's tons of bug spray.
This isn't the KOA anymore, Christine.
I know, we are not at the KOA.
Put your boondocking shoes on.
I got them. Should we go on a walk? Should we go on a walk?
When the winter is bitter and cold, and the spring is yet to unfold, may your heart be strong and your love remain. Summer sun is beating the ground, autumn's breeze nowhere to be found. May your heart be strong and your love remain.
So this is about, I don't know, half mile up the road. We already saw a deer, and it progressively gets more and more narrow up here, and you kind of see this really starts kind of like a little mountain style climb. So there's this little turnaround spot here that it looks like a lot of people use to head back down the mountain.
There's some horse poop. We saw some horses yesterday that were super beautiful.
Yeah, there's a horse camp right by us.
I could imagine riding the horses up here. How fun would that be?
Oh yeah.
That'd be a really fun excursion to do while you're here.
Yep. So what we knew was going to happen in our future boondocking experiences is we're probably going to have to be at the beginning of these types of areas. We're not going to be hauling that big thing up the mountain, but yeah. Even our travel trailer, we'd be pretty weary on how far we would go. So we're still going to be able to get to places, but just not as deep.
Yeah, scratch the surface of the apron and not up as high.
But we're going to be able to sit there for longer and be more comfortable.
These dogs are going nuts for the new smells.
Yeah, lots of animals out here. I brought my little spray. Hopefully I don't need it. Maybe I should have brought the big bear spray.
I should have put on some bug spray.
Sprays all around.
Hooray! Let's go.
May your heart be strong and your love remain. May your love remain. May your love remain. May your heart be strong and your love remain. May your love remain. May your love remain. May your heart be strong and your love remain.
The wildflowers are amazing up here, and we can finally hear the creek. I can't quite see it, but I can hear it down there. Coon Creek. Amazingly beautiful up here. So this is campsite number 9. We think this is the last one. We walked about a mile or so up the road and didn't see any more, but pretty easy rules. 14-day camping, 8 people, 2 vehicles, no firearms, pack it in, pack it out. Pretty basic. And they all have a picnic table and a little fire pit, which is cool, but they are definitely not level. They are on the side of a mountain, but you cannot beat how beautiful these sites are for free. So not a bad little walk in the morning, get the lay of the land.
Could get used to this every morning.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. It's already getting hot though.
Yeah, layers are coming off.
It's better than the 110 that's down at the bottom.
Oh, brutal. This is such a relief up here. Okay, let's go.
Still can't believe this site with this big, beautiful fifth wheel. Oh no, they're gonna play. You're gonna get dirty. Oh. They are jazzed up. And Chris is wrapped up. With 2 poop bags.
I don't like doing that with poop bags. One can easily get squished. It's not a Jimmy safe zone.
There's the leveling job. Taller than we want. It's what we got to do to get level. So it actually turned out pretty good because most of these sites are not very level at all. Here's those risers I had to put on the steps. And this is even with extended legs. Moride, I don't know if they're out quite yet, but they're prototyping and coming out shortly. These little bit longer legs so that you have, more maneuverability for your steps. And we're definitely finding that we need that in the places that we go. But this beautiful sunshine we need to take advantage of. So we got to get our portable solar panel out and charge these batteries a little bit, because that's one thing. When you don't have solar, even if you have a big lithium bank, all they're doing is draining, especially if you have a 12-volt fridge. E-bike in the way. Eventually these bikes will be on the slide, so I don't have to do this. Wrench my back, but when you have a 40-pound e-bike, it's a little bit easier to do. And then this is that 200-watt panel that Rich sent us, oh man, last winter, to kind of help with the sun angle that you get in the desert, because there's a lot of shading on your roof panels if you don't have the tilted panels. So this came in handy pretty good, and it's going to be a good one to keep for sites like this where you're kind of in the woods and you might need to put it out and get that extra wattage if your roof is shaded by the trees. And this one has a built-in charge controller in it, so all you need to do is just hook it up to your battery, and it has the charge controller that regulates it. Some of the panels are just panels, and then you need to have a separate charge controller. So different options for different scenarios, but this one's nice because all you need to do is just plug it in to your battery and you're good to go. So the 200-watt panels are nice because it's a decent amount of power. That's enough to power our big fridge. But the downside is they're bigger, heavier. We had that 90-watt Zamp for a long time, and that was just nice, small, portable. But I didn't use it very often because 90 watts of solar, it just isn't that much. So the 200 is definitely something better to kick out. But they're pretty easy to set up. Just have these built-in legs come down like that. And then there's just alligator clips that go right onto the battery. So I'm just going to clip this onto our negative bus bar, and the positive bus bar. And that's it. Let's see what we're draining on the battery right now. Looks like 164 watts, 12.5 amps are draining. So that's pretty perfect. If we can get close to 200 watts, we'll at least be, you know, not charging, but we won't be draining. And again, that's why we're putting as much solar up on top of the roof as we are, because it's so nice to just be charging as soon as that sun comes up, to just start getting something, and it all the way till the sun goes down, you're just always charging. If you put enough solar on the roof, you really don't need a DC to DC charger, I don't think. You know, in our travel trailer, we had 1200 watts of power, and you know, a lot of people ask why we don't have a DC to DC charger so we charge when we're driving, but those are usually pretty small draws, 20 amps, 30 amps. There's some bigger ones, 40, 50, 60, but that can put a big drain or draw or stress on your alternator. So it's just nice to have that solar charging, and most of the time the batteries are full when you have a good amount of solar up on the roof. There, and just like that, we're only losing 40 watts. That must mean we're putting in, I don't know, a good 100 plus watts. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, so the sun angle is really low, so you're not going to get that full 200 watts, but that's going to continue to climb and help keep these batteries charged. And if we wanted to get crazy, shut off the lights if we needed to, then you can see it's actually starting to charge at 35 watts, a couple amps. And so now that 200 watts of solar or 150 or whatever is coming in is charging up the fridge, or not charging up the fridge, but it's allowing us to run the fridge.
Powering the fridge.
Kind of powering the fridge, charging the batteries that power the fridge. And it's good, but we like to have light. We don't like to sit in the dark.
No.
Do we?
No.
So,
who wants to sit in the dark? It's depressing.
So we're gonna turn on the lights and deal with that.
And enjoy breakfast. I've been craving eggs so bad because we haven't been eating eggs on our travel days.
Puppies look tired. We're hungry. That was a good hike.
That was a good hike. This is what a normal day looks like for us, where we get up, we do our walk, we eat breakfast, we go to work, do a little workout.
Workout sometime in the morning.
Yeah.
Never escape the artwork. So first things first for me is to clear out these pass-throughs, because these need to be empty, obviously, so we can work. And I cannot express how much I'm looking forward to having some space back and to getting rid of pretty much half of what's taking up our storage. And when I was at my dad's house earlier visiting in Wisconsin, I found this little tiny rake that we used to have at our house. I think we used this for like our garden or something like that, but you can see it's like the size of my hand. It's super tiny, but I thought maybe this would come in handy, and I think it's gonna. All right, now that that tray is gone, everything's removed, I have a huge space to work around. And over the past few weeks, I've been kind of contemplating where the batteries go. And it's pretty difficult just because we had all of our stuff in here. So for me to even, you know, look at it or get a layout of it, I had to basically remove everything and then try to move these 80-pound batteries around. But I think we figured it out before, that 2 batteries can go here, 2 batteries will go there, and the game plan is I'm gonna parallel these two, and then I'm gonna series connect the 2 groups together, which is then gonna give me the 24-volt battery bank. And then this wall right here is going to be all of the Victron components, 2 inverters, 2 charge controllers, and 2 Lynx distributors. I'm going to put the 2 Orions up front. So I got to figure out a way to run the battery cable from up front down to here. But so far, looking good. I got to get this all prepped and ready to go so that when the crew and the team gets here, Rich Solar and Andrew Mann, then we're going to be able to really get some work done.
Good morning! Today is day 1 of the actual installation day of our Rich solar panels and our entire Battleborn battery electrical system. We are so excited.
All right, I'm super excited today. This is going to be a huge, epic project we're doing here with Billy and Brandon from Rich Solar and Andrew Mann from Mann Solar. This is going to be very special. It's kind of hard to tell from the video here maybe, but you can see the very front panel looks like no shading, and then these back 3 are completely shaded. So, and then the other 2 are pretty partially shaded all the way across.